Hello and welcome to Grind Slime TV with me, your host Aaron. And today we're heading back over Poland way. Oh, yes, the place where the Poles live. Oh yes. And remember before how I said Poland have got something in the soup? Well, Abominated are no exception. This is their demo, which is Decomposed demo from 2021. Got these beautiful Carl Dharma pieces that are unmistakable. But that one on the back might not be Carl Dharma actually. Thinking about it, it might be, but don't know. That one on the front most definitely is unmistakable. Got 4 tracks on here, including an intro. And this, oh mate, when this came out, I was constantly spinning it, and mate, it still gets spun regularly now. In fact, I'm going to whack it on after this video, I think, because it's just an absolute belter. I've not checked out the album yet, for some unknown strange reason, because there's absolutely no reason why I should be hesitant. But get a load of this. I mean, look at that, beautiful. The meat hook there, the logo, old school, just classic looking sort of label. I absolutely love stuff like this, and the packaging for this little bad boy is just one of those things that, like, check this out, look. Something I wish all 7 inches came with is a spine. Look at it, it is beautiful. Like, this was put together with heart, man. And look at it on the back there. Now, this can go fast when it needs to, but for the most part, it's very sort of mid-paced, very Northern European sounding. You know, it's not like a Swedish band rip-off or anything. You can tell there's influences in there for sure, but at the same time, like, this is just a really cool. I thought it was actually a pretty standout release from for that sort of time. Like, you know, a lot of bands were sort of going for the whole slower is better, which is absolutely fine. I mean, look at bands like Funeral Vomit. I mean, absolutely fantastic. You know, Cerebral Rot. May they rest in peace. They need to come back. They were a fantastic band. But with this, it just, it doesn't sound like they were trying to sound like from a different era. This was just straight up contemporary death metal that is just thrown together, not pretending to be anything else, but is just straight up, just to the point. You throw it on, this is death metal. There's no getting it confused. Well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, you know, maybe it's post-punk death shoegaze la-di-da. No, no bollocks. And the opening song, obviously past the intro, Blasphemous Convocation, barely fucking talk. That's probably my favourite one on the demo, but that does by no means take anything away from the following tracks either. They are just as top banana. And this is from Behind the Mountain. As you can see, that little logo down there. See if I can get this thing to no, they're going to slag me off instead. Make me look like a fool. That's all right though. But yeah, the only thing this is kind of missing is an insert, which would have been quite nice, you know, lyric sheet and whatnot. But you know, we could find out if that really is a Carl Dharma on the back. I don't think that is on the back. What do you guys think? For those of you who are sort of more in the know, so to speak. But I've been a fan of Carl Dharma's for years. Like, I've got an original of his in a frame over there that I bought like 10 years ago, back when nobody knew who the fuck he was. And now look at him. The man's paved his way. But this isn't about Carl Dharma today. We're talking about Abominated. Now, there's nothing on here that makes you sit and go, oh yeah, it's a totally unique sounding band as a whole. You know, like I say, when it came out at the time, it was sort of, I feel like this was kind of doing what those other bands, not the ones I mentioned, but a lot of other bands at the time were trying to sort of sound like. You know, and I think bands like these guys and possibly Morbific are the ones who really pulled it off really well. But if you get a chance to check this bad boy out, make it happen. It's on Spotify, as it was last time I checked. It's on YouTube. Their full length is out as well, but I think, from what I remember, I think all the songs from this demo are on the album as well, and I think that might have been what put me off from checking it out, maybe, because I do get annoyed when bands do that. They're like, "Oh yeah, look, here's the whole entire thing you've already heard, and here's the other half." So, oh, cheers. I was hoping for a bit more, but yeah, from what I remember, I think all these songs, save the intro, are all on the album. And I think there's only like 8 tracks or something, so there's not a lot of new material on there as such. Could be mistaken, I could be getting confused with another band, but it is what it is. But if you like all your sort of old school sort of death metal, but you like the newer sort of the new wave of old school death metal, which I think has a very contemporary sound, like I've mentioned, like cerebral rot, morbific, um, trying to think of other ones now off the top of my head. Always goes all right. Molder, they're great guys as well. Yeah, Fetid, all these kinds of bands, a lot of them say, oh, they're just ripping off the old bands. I don't know, man. I think those bands have got their own sort of sound, like collectively. Who was that other band as well? From Slime Lord, from up north, from my country, or were they from Scotland? Can't remember. Anyway, from the UK. I think that sort of new wave of old school stuff really does have its own identity. And a lot of people say that it's just rip-offs. Nah, fuck off. They sound banging. They've got a quality thing going, and these guys are no different. So Abominated from Poland, their Decomposed demo from 2021. Get on it. If you like this, you're probably going to like the album. I mean, hopefully I will as well, once I eventually get around to it. But yeah, definitely make this happen. And if you're into your old school demos and stuff, this isn't trying to, like how some demos, they're like, oh yeah, we go out of our way to make it sound crap. It's like, well, don't do that. Those bands back then, they weren't going out their way to make their demo sound crap. That was the best they could do. Okay. Yes, I love how they sound, but that's a bygone era. Stop trying to be someone else's scene. Be your own thing. Okay. That was the one thing that I didn't like about the Caustic Phlegm demo. It's a great demo. I love it. I spin it a lot, but it's got this sort of like phaser thing in there. So every now and then it sounds like a tape warping. It's like that's, I don't know. I just think it's a bit pretentious personally, but great musician. And the new Caustic Flame album is nothing to sleep on. That is fucking good, really good. But yes, Abominated, Poland, make it happen. So support the underground. Thanks for checking this out today. Stay tuned for another video of my top 50. This will be part 4. So I've got 5 albums lined up for you. And yesterday was a little bit on the light side. We're bringing it up today. Don't you worry about that. Oh yes. Catch you in a bit.